myself Shiny. I hope all are fine at home. Today I am going to explain on the topic Newton's second law. First, I would like to explain momentum. Momentum means it is a product of mass and velocity. It is a product of mass and velocity. Momentum, it is denoted by the letter P. P is equal to mass into velocity. It is a product of mass and velocity. Mass M, velocity V. Then SI unit. What is the SI unit of this momentum? SI unit is mass SI unit kilogram, velocity SI unit meter per second. Then SI unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second. Okay. Next, Newton's second law. First law, last class we already explained. Then Newton's second law. Actually, Newton's first law is also called law of inertia. That means Newton given the explanation of that inertia. From Newton's first law, he has given the explanation of inertia. From this Newton's second law, he has given the derivation of force. Okay, first, this law, second law. This law states that rate of change of momentum, rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. Rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force, and the change take place in the direction of motion, direction of force or motion. Rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force, and the change take place in the direction of force. This is Newton's second law. Rate of change of momentum, mass into velocity. Object is at rest. Then velocity is 0, momentum is 0. Okay. Rate of change of momentum, the change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. That means if you are applying applied force, any object, one ball is there, we are applying that external force we are applying. Then automatically that speed will change, velocity will change, then momentum will change. That is Newton's second. For example, if we are keeping one ball here, we are applying some force. Then automatically we know that this body will move. Okay, velocity will change. If we are applying force, that according to that force, we are applying 20 Newton. Then in that case, velocity also will change. If you are applying 40 Newton, then also in that case, velocity also it will change more. Speed it will increase. If you are applying force, the direction also in same side. If you are applying from that another side, then direction also this same side. That is Newton's second law. Then derivation of Newton's second law. Derivation of Newton's second law. I already told Newton's second law given the definition, derivation of force. Okay. Then one object, ball or consider a body of mass m. Consider a body of mass m moving with velocity, that is u. Moving with the velocity, initial velocity, that is u. Then we know that this momentum will be mass into initial velocity. Momentum p is equal to mu. Then we are applying some force. External force we are applying. First, consider a body that is in motion, mass m, initial velocity u. Then momentum is mass into initial velocity. Then again we are applying some force. Then what happened? The velocity will increase. Velocity will change. That velocity is capital letter V, final velocity. Then we can write that velocity is, this is P1, we can write this is P2. That is m into, mass is same, m into V. Then in this case, derivation of Newton's second law, rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. Then force directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. Okay. First this is in motion, mass m, initial velocity u. Again we are applying force. Then take a time, that is t. Then velocity will change, mass is same. Then second momentum is m into v. Then change in momentum we can write, that is P2 minus P1 divided by t. P2 minus P1 divided by t. Rate of change of momentum, time is changing. Then we can write F proportional to P2 means mv, P1 means mu divided by t. Then F proportional to m we can take outside, m into v minus u by t. Then last class, equation of motion we are already studied. V equal to u plus at. Then from this equation we can find out a is equal to v minus u divided by t. V minus u by t means a, acceleration. Then instead of this we can write F proportional to m into a. This is proportional, force increases, this acceleration increases. Force decreases, this acceleration decreases. Momentum decreases. Okay. Then we have to change this proportional sign. We have to take equal to sign. Then we have to add one constant, any letter we can add. Okay. In your textbook is given k. Then F is equal to kma. We have to change this proportional sign. Instead of proportional, we are using equal to sign. Then we have to use one constant. That is, constant is k. It's a proportionality constant. Proportionality constant. Then k is equal to 1. This constant we can take k equal to 1. K equal to 1 we can take. Then F is equal to ma, mass into acceleration. This is our derivation, equation of force. From Newton derive this definition of force. Force means it is a product of mass and acceleration. This is mass, this is acceleration. Then F is equal to mass SI unit kg, acceleration SI unit meter per second square, force unit kg meter per second square. This is also known as given, that is Newton. SI unit of force is Newton, kg meter per second square. Force is a vector quantity, not a scalar quantity, it is a vector quantity. Again, Newton's second law, rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. Then derivation, first step, proportional to P2 minus P1 by T. P2 we have to substitute, P1 we have to substitute, divided by T. We know that V minus U by T is equal to A. Then F proportional to MA, proportional sign we have to change. Instead of that we have to use constant. That is K, KMA. Okay. Then K is equal to 1, F is equal to MA. This is our final equation. F equal to MA. Thank you. Tomorrow we will discuss on the topic Newton third.